Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Commonwealth Vehicles mod, which is being made by user M150. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a number of amazingly fun new vehicles for you to drive around the Commonwealth with. And not only are they drivable, but they even have an array of entertaining weaponry to mow your enemies down with, and that just makes them all that much better. And of course, we have actually looked at in the past a number of other drivable vehicle mods from the user M150, so you know these are gonna work well and gonna be pretty darn good. So let's take a look at how we do get a hold of these, and like with pretty much every vehicle mod we've ever seen, you just need to go to a chemistry station to build a vehicle grenade to spawn the vehicle in with. And for this, of course, we go down to the vehicle grenade category, and in here you'll find a grenade for all of the various vehicles in this mod, the first being the Autogyro, then we have the Brotherhood of Steel APC, a Fusion Flea, an Institute Mobile Lab, a pickup truck, racing cart, sedan, station wagon, street cleaner, truck, and then finally a van. And you'll notice most of them, not all of them, but most of them are of course based off of standard vanilla, rusted out hulks of vehicles we see in the game, like the sedan, station wagon, truck, etc. But instead of just making them, look drivable again, they've actually been given a great post-apocalyptic Fallout flair, which actually I almost think of as nearly Mad Maxian in style to make them look just that much cooler, and I very much enjoy that. So let's take a look at all the vehicles we do get, and I've set them all out. And as you can see here, the station wagon, and like I was saying, it is based off the standard in-game station wagon body, but instead of that glass dome it usually has, that's been taken out, and we've gotten apparently some rocket launchers up top, some freaking jet engines for, reasons, and the whole thing just looks that much cooler than the standard station wagon. And same deal with the sedan, where on this particular model we've got freaking Gatling guns, and it's just gorgeous. I very much do like the styling that was gone with here. So rather than just the sedan that we usually see in rusted out hulks around the world with just some wheels added, we get just fun things thrown all over the place. Now over here we've got the rest of them, and boy, they're glorious. We've got right here the street cleaner. We then have right here the racing cart. Here is the Institute Mobile Lab unit with some great Institute weaponry up top. And I actually really do like the interior of this one. If we just go back, you can see the nice seats. Very nice Institute styling. We then have here the Fusion Flea with a nice extended front end and a Gatling gun, which is beautiful. We then have the Autogyro, which I'm torn on. I mean, it's cool that we have an Autogyro in the game, but the problem is it just sits like that up there. We can't actually go up or down with it in the sky. It just sits a couple of meters off the ground. That's it. Other than it hovering there, it functions just like any of the other vehicles. But I mean, hey, if you want to sit a couple meters in the air, there you go. We then have the Brotherhood of Steel APC right here, which actually, if we go to the back, is cut open in the back here for people to sit in. We then have the pickup truck right here, which has actually gotten some freaking tank tracks and just some awesome other things added. I very much like that. We then have here the truck with some stop signs, caution signs, etc. Again, very cool. And the final one, which I have in my inventory, is, of course, the van, being the remaining one we haven't seen. And, well, as we have seen with other drivable vehicle mods, how this works to get them in the world is you simply select the grenade like any other, chuck it out into the world, and then, boom, we get our new vehicles spawned in. And oh, I like the van. It's just gorgeous. Just the whole roof of it cut off to make way for weaponry. Now, I should actually mention something on the weaponry here. The weaponry is randomized every time you spawn in the vehicle. So is the color of the vehicle. So you don't have set colors or weaponry. They just change anytime you throw the grenade into the world. So that is an interesting thing to note. You won't always see the same colors or weaponry on every vehicle, which is kind of cool. Now, to actually use the vehicle, you just simply need to walk up to it, hit E to ride, and then we get this UI where we can either choose to ride it or to collect the grenade. And if we collect the grenade, it just goes right back into our inventory where we can select it again, chuck it out into the world once more, and bam. And as you can see, the weaponry has in fact changed. Look at that. Don't really notice a difference in the color, but that just might be this particular style seems to be mostly rusted in nature. And to ride, well, when you hit E, you just select ride instead, and we fade to black to get into the vehicle, so there's no weird animation or anything. And then once it finally loads, there we go. We are in the game. And the same sort of controls that we've seen with every other drivable vehicles mod. You use WASD to move forward, back, side to side, and while going forward, you can turn with the mouse to turn the vehicle as well. Now, as for the weaponry, you can't control it manually, which is a little sad. It will just automatically fire when an enemy is within a line of sight. I'm not controlling this, it just did that itself, and went and, oh, hey, oh yes, and it just went and destroyed poor old Will right there. Now, as for our sudden jumping up into the sky that happened a moment ago, I have noticed that happen when you try and go over something like a rock or perhaps a small wall. It occasionally freaks out. Nothing to be worried about, it's a weird little glitch. But yes, as for the weaponry, just get close to enemies, and it will automatically shoot them. I kinda wish we could control it, but, I mean, hey, oh well, what are you gonna do? Now, other than that, it's just a fun, cool vehicle to drive around in, and I very much enjoy that. So yeah, that's really all there is to talk about with this mod. We get a load of fun new vehicles to play around with, which have a randomized selection of weaponry, colors, and even an Autogyro, which, what the heck, I will get in this one real quick. It's, as I said, it functions just like any other car. It just hovers ever so slightly above the ground. Now, if this thing actually properly flew and I could control my altitude, that'd be amazing. But you'll notice, even though, like, we're not touching the Fusion Flea because we're hovering, we are still physically moving it because this thing is basically just a car that is higher. But still, kind of cool to have it at the very least. It's a change of pace from the typical car. I just do wish that we could, in fact, change the altitude ourselves. But yes, that, my friends, is going to be it for this episode. If you would like to check out this mod for yourself, which I would definitely recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description, as per usual. But that is going to be it for today. I hope you all have enjoyed, and of course that you do come back for the next episode, when hopefully we'll be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!